The Fresh Toones music show is underwritten by the Animation Workshop at Animated Studio, providing animation instruction since 1993. Please visit their website at animatedstudio.com.
Simple chords, simple words, a simple life, nicely concise. A plant that grows into the light, holds that warmth throughout the night.
Oh, welcome to the Fresh Toones Show. My name is Dave Paltz, and it's been a while. I think I've done about 8 shows that were called Writing Your Songs from a Poem, and it's been quite a while, but for some reason I feel inspired today to share another one of these shows called Writing Your Songs from a Poem. And to share a little bit about that process, I'm going to tell you what works for me. Maybe it would work for you. I've shared in the past how I've worked off of a list of related words and kind of let my mind weave in and out of these connections. And so far, a lot of poems have come out of the process. A thing to remember is writing the poem is different from writing a song. You can't be thinking about a song when you're writing a poem, and vice versa. When you come to the point of writing the song, you've got to set aside some of that thought process of how the poem was written. Most of the times the songs that I come to write after writing a poem are parallel, but they can often go off in other directions as far as some of the meaning or the intent. I guess they're always related in some way. You have to have that freedom of once you start strumming some chords, and I find those chords sometimes just laying around on scrap pieces of paper that I've written or that spark me to start strumming away, and then I'll usually go off and add some different chords and different choruses. The first poem that I'm going to share with you was actually written when I was riding my bike in the summertime, right about this time in July, when the heat was so strong, and I was just trying to cool myself off, and I was thinking about winter time and thinking about snow and putting my mindset in that sense of very gently rolling along on the trail. And this poem evolved thinking about a day with gentle snow and maybe a little cold as I'm riding down this bike trail and it's 90 degrees. Didn't write the whole poem on the trail, but it gave me enough of a concept to write about it the next day. And later in that day I wrote a song, and the poem and the song are called On Days of Gentle Snow. On days of gentle snow, she wraps us in her folds. Within the space between her flakes, we melt as one and take our place. The blizzards I have all come to rest. No ego screams, you must be best. To be what we are blessed to be, to know our love, to come to see. The frost we fought no longer needs so much attention to proceed. There is a warmth to check the chill. The gray skies thaw, the sunlight fills. The hush that calms the flurried halls has brought a guest, a muse for all. A talisman that has a potion baptizes you with love's devotion. At times of gentle snow, she wrapped us in her folds. Within the space between her flakes, we fused as one and took our place. Now here's the song that was inspired by that poem, that was written on the same day of the poem, and by the end of the day I pretty much had it all together. On Days of Gentle Snow.
On days of gentle snow, she wraps us in her folds. Within the space between her flakes, we melt as one and take our place. On days of gentle snow, the blizzards have all come to rest. No eagle screams, you must be best. To be what we are blessed to be, to know our love, to come to see. On days of gentle snow, the frost we fought no longer needs so much attention to proceed. There is a warmth to check the chill, the gray skies thaw, the sunlight fills. On days of gentle snow, the hush that calms the flurried halls has brought a guest, a muse for all, a talisman that has a potion, baptizes you with love's devotion. On days of gentle snow, at times of gentle snow, she wrapped us in her folds. Within the space between her flakes, we fused as one and took our place. On days of gentle snow.
Well, that song stayed pretty close to the words that were written in the poem, and maybe the chorus went a little different direction. But that doesn't always happen, although this next song, I think, once again, I pretty much followed the words from the poem and then flowed off of them. The title of the next poem is called The Song Keeps on Flowing, and I think I pretty much captured this sense of sitting on the edge of a riverbank and just watching the river flow and letting things progress and feeling pretty good about life. The song keeps on flowing. We sit beside the river, her current hums along. We know that she'll keep flowing, gives love with her sweet song. The course of her direction may not always be so clear. To flow with her intentions, gives song to those that hear. We needn't splash and swim, her melody gives ride. We navigate the rapids and wave as we pass by. And when the river widens and flows into the sea, we'll sing and join the chorus for the song that'll always be. The song keeps flowing. Can you hear her tune? She sings to bring you home again, a place you left too soon. You've returned to claim your present, a gift she gave to you. And it's not too late to tell her, with my love I give back to you. Well, the flow of that poem led right into the flow of this song. The song keeps on flowing.
We sit beside the river, her current hums along. We know she'll keep on flowing, gives love with her sweet song. course of her direction may not always be so clear. To flow with her intentions, give song to those that hear. The song keeps on flowing, and you hear the tune. She sings to bring you home again, to a place you left too soon. We needn't splash and swim, her melody is right. We navigate the rapids and wave as we go by. And when the river widens and flows into the sea, we'll sing and join the chorus for the song that'll always be. The song keeps on flowing, and you hear the tune. She sings to bring you home again, to the place you left too soon. You've returned to claim your present, a gift she gave to you. It's not too late to tell her, with my love I give back to you. The song keeps on flowing, the song keeps on flowing back to you, back to you, back to you.
Well, as I'm sharing things again about writing your songs from a poem, I have to give credit where credit is due. And a lot of the inspirations for a few hundred of these poems and then songs that I wrote came from this little blue book of mine called Write the Poem that was given to me as a Christmas gift one year. And you'll hear me often refer to a list of connected words that were given in this Write a Poem book. And for this next poem called Mountains of Love, where I'm really trying to seek out things that I want to see in my life, that I want to be a part of, these 8 words help to loosen me up and come to write this poem that I'll share with you in just a minute. But the 8 words were peak, summit, climb, valley, slope, ascend, crag, and precipice. And from those 8 words, which you can listen for maybe in this poem that I'm going to share with you, it just allowed me to go someplace that I wouldn't have gone if I sat down and I said, oh, I got to write a poem about a mountain or whatever. It's called Mountains of Love. Mountains of struggles, peaks jagged with pain, minds full of love, yet to be claimed. Veils filled with those who refuse to look up. With wolf-like desires, they punch, grab, and shove. We ascend to the top as we climb up the crag. The summit invites, the precipice stands. To see clear intentions that tower above gives faith that someday our hope will become. I should mention that almost all of these songs and poems have videos up on YouTube that correlate to the poem. If you want to check them out, you can check out Dave's Fresh Toones. And Toones has 2 O's, not a U. Dave's Fresh Tunes. Check it out on YouTube, and you can see hundreds of music videos that I've made over the years. Here's the song, Mountains of Love.
There are mountains of struggles, peaks jagged with pain, minds full of love, yet to be claimed. Mountains of love rise up above. Our view, though small, gives hope to us all. The mist it fades in the morning light, gives faith that someday our love will be our guide. We ascend to the top as we climb up the crags. The summit invites, the precipice stands. Mountains of love rise up above. Our view, though small, gives hope to us all. The mist it fades in the morning light, gives faith that someday our love will be our guide. To see clear intentions that tower above, gives faith that someday our hopes will become mountains of love rising up above. Our view, though small, gives hope to us all. The mist it fades in the morning light, gives faith that someday our love will be our guide. Will be our guide. Will be our guide.
You're listening to The Fresh Toones Show, and today's show is called Writing Your Songs from a Poem. Been a while since I've done one of these Writing Your Songs from a Poem episodes, but I was inspired to jump right in and share a few more poems and the songs that went along. I don't want to do a long introduction to this next song, but I did want to say a few words about it. It's called There's a Stranger. In the times we're living in today, the song seems to fit right in. And I guess we all have to ask ourselves, what's the best ways that we can interact with folks that are trying to escape violence and torture, and see if we can do something to help them, give them a chance for a better life. We don't have to open the borders, help folks on a per-need basis, and hopefully we never become a country that savors in the cruelty that we can put on other people. This poem is called There's a Stranger.
There is the one called stranger, who I speak with sometimes. Some days he seems so lonely, on others not seen at all. I would not call him friend, but surely not my foe. We're all but transient guests on this planet that we roam. Just a sojourner as we delve life's mysteries. The stranger of who they spoke is us, not him alone.
Now here's the song inspired by that poem. And this is one of those instances where the song was just prodded by the poem, but the words came out quite a bit different when the song was written. There's a Stranger.
There's a stranger, so they say, that looks so different, speaks so wrong, quote, they're no friend to our ways, we are pure, and their disease, who has fed these ugly notions, who's forgotten who built this nation? Strangers wanted home. We once were strangers, you may recall. Together we built this land. Immigrants have always been part of the plan. The ones called strangers, one day we'll see, working so hard to be all they can be. They may do jobs that you refuse to do. We can thank them for the hard jobs they do. Strangers wanted home. We once were strangers, you may recall. Together we built this land. Immigrants have always been part of the plan.
Well, time is running out here on the Fresh Toones Show, but I definitely want to get this poem and song in today. It's called Heroes Behind the Mask, and it was written in tribute to all the nurses and doctors that kept us going during COVID. And I guess I won't say too much more about it. I'll let it speak for itself. Heroes Behind the Mask. The heroes with masks that could not hide, the weary tears, exhausted sighs. Their courage stood on weakened pillars, defense against the dogged killer. Unflinching with their sacrifice, their valiant efforts kept hope alive. With gallant grace they saddled up, rode into battle, gloved with love. We can but thank them for their strength, for the daring steps they chose to make. With praise for those behind blue masks, we send our hugs, we give our love. Now here's the song that was inspired by that poem, Heroes Behind the Mask. The heroes with masks could not hide their weary tears,
exhausted sighs. Their courage stood on weakened pillars in defense against the dogged killer, and their love reached out. Their hearts were stout, their hands were calm as they touched your loved one's arm. Unflinching with sacrifice, their valiant efforts kept hope alive. With gallant grace they settled up, rode in to fight with gloves of love, and prayed for strength from above. Let us thank them for their strength, for their daring steps they chose to take. With praise for those behind the mask, we send our hugs, we give our love. We'll do our best to remember this, to find the strength, to hand it on, to be like those we've seen at work. Their love reached out, their hearts were stout, their hands were calm as they touched your loved one's arm.
That's it for today's Fresh Toones Show. I hope you enjoyed some of the songs and maybe got inspired by some of the poems to write your own poems. Whatever your thing is, have fun. Do something creative this week. Take a little risk. You don't have to show it around to everybody. Do it for yourself. And if it's something that other folks can get something out of, share away. Have a great week now. Take care. Bye.
Simple chords, simple words, a simple life, nicely concise. A plant that grows into the light, holds that warmth throughout the night.